For people who suffer from high blood pressure, it's a no-no to go to the steam bath, the traditional sauna, because when you go in there, you already feel suffocating or they can't stay in that long. Traditional sauna is just like the sweat is produced is merely water loss, so it doesn't purge out toxin.
How does toxin enter the body? Inhaling, absorbing, on the skin, orally, so many things. So I was like, oh, okay. I thought toxin is just by smoking.
I was from pharmaceutical industry, so I know very well that how to take good care of our health and all this. Knowing is one thing, doing is another thing. When I look at how my husband suffer, I say, oh dear, I better do something about it. My husband used to have a big fat belly that when he shower, the toes doesn't get wet.
Gaining weight during festive season are normal due to excessive eating. But did you know someone that has high amount of toxin in their body will struggle to lose weight? Today, we're going to discuss in this matter. Before we begin, I'm in a mission to reduce 1% obesity in Malaysia. You too can help me in my mission by liking and sharing this video with your friends and relatives. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 30. Yay! With me today is Sabrina. She is a founder for Sweat Spa and she will share with you the benefit of infrared sauna. Please welcome Sabrina. Sabrina, mind sharing with us how do you start your career journey?
I actually my academic background is science graduate, right? Specialized in microbiology, right? So my first job, I was into pharmaceutical industry, that is to promote medications to hospital, to doctors. So I was in and out of hospital and got to attend a lot of medical conference together with the doctors. So that was the time that actually I've been exposed to this thing called infrared sauna. Back then, it was like almost 30 years ago.
Wow.
30 years ago. Okay. Yes.
So that was back in here in Malaysia?
Malaysia. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So what actually triggered me at that point of time, actually a few things. You see, when I was like, in and out of hospital, I actually saw a lot of sad things like, people has been like bedridden due to some chronic sicknesses or acute sicknesses. So I realized that, quality of life is very, very important. All right. Yeah. So, who doesn't know about, health is the biggest asset. Yeah. But you see, the thing is that it been struck with the sickness and the medical bills and also the burden onto the family member. So I told myself, oh dear, I don't want to be ended up like this. All right. Yes. And at that point of time, actually, I was okay, but my husband, who was also working in corporate, was not as healthy as the others. So he was having a very severe gout attack. Yeah, as you know, like gout is always like been triggered by certain food, which he loved all the eating. So
right.
Yeah, so he actually suffered quite badly from that. And then, as you can see, like when the gout attack happened, he can't even, walk or step down from the bed. Yeah, so I see that he has been suffering from it and depending on painkiller for quite many years. And along the years, as the years go by, he actually also developed quite a lot of other metabolic sickness like, diabetic, high blood pressure, body aching, aches and pain, and, quality of sleep was bad. Yeah, so we actually sign up a lot of activities like, clubhouse, gym. Yeah. Okay, we also, know that, to have a fitness coach and all this like you is very important. But the thing is that, well, you're in pain, you practically can't push yourself to do such a physical activity, right?
Very true.
Yeah, we are aware of that because I was from pharmaceutical industry, so I know very well that, how to take good care of our health and all this. Knowing is one thing, doing is another thing, right? Yeah, so, that's why when I look at how my husband suffer, I say, oh dear, I better do something about it because the children were still young at that time. And when I attend one of the doctors' medical conference back then, like I mentioned to you many years ago, so, that caught my attention is that, this thing called infrared sauna. Yeah, back then it was something really new, pretty unheard of. So I did a lot of Google research reading about this, and I found that, wow, yeah, maybe, I can give it a try, because I've been like trying so many things for my husband.
Right.
Yeah, so then I say, whether is there another way of holistic manners that can actually help to improve his quality of life, all right? Yeah, so, but the sad thing is that, there is no retail shop that is selling these gadgets. So I went around, shop around, in the whole entire Klang Valley, but I couldn't get one, all right?
This was when was this? 30 years ago?
30 over years ago. Yeah. When you went into all this like medical equipment supplier shop or even furniture shop,
Right.
nobody know what is that infrared sauna. Nobody know that, they will just tell you that the steam bath sauna. Yeah. So I totally understand what is the difference of that we are coming to talk more, elaborate more about the difference of it. So it took me a lot of pain and hassle to actually bring one unit for home use from overseas. Yeah. So, after start using for about few months, well, I can see the big changes, on my husband, and especially on his pain of the his uric acid actually reduced gradually.
Nice.
He doesn't complain so much of the frequent acute pain. His quality of sleep is getting better. Well, I think the most amazing part is that my husband used to have a big fat belly, all right?
Right.
We always joke that when he shower, the toes doesn't get wet. You know what I mean?
Understand.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, so after using it for about few months, well, he has to start changing his pants, the tummy has actually shrink. Yeah, I can't say that he has six pack. No six pack, but at least the Santa Claus big belly has almost like flattened. So which I found that, wow, this is really amazing, and I get motivated as well. So at that time, I did not have much of the health problem, but except that I have an uneven skin tone, some very severe pigmentation, and also a little bit of a joint pain issue, right? Because I wear high heels most of the time. Yes. So climbing staircase is always a very challenging task for me at that time. So then I say, oh, well, since I see my husband has actually slimmed down and then his skin glow, because he never use any skincare, never do any spa treatment or whatever, then I say, wow, this is something really good that I must actually use it more often as well. So yeah, it does help me to improve my skin tremendously as well. Like you see now, actually, I don't put on, I don't have to depend on the thick foundation. Yeah. And, my skin is getting far much better when I was younger. All right. Yes.
So okay. When you found out about infrared,
Yeah, I start as a home user.
okay,
Yes.
personally experience it
Yes.
along with your husband.
Yes.
After how long you start to like, you know what? I think I want to do this as a business.
Think about after 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, because at that time I was still with corporate.
Right.
I was still working, climbing my corporate ladders, and I just thought like, hey, I have a unit at home, use it, and then sometimes I have friends or relatives who also come and use it, because when I know that they have certain sickness and all this, so my house is like a small free public spa.
Right,
All right.
right.
So then I say, well, why not? I make it more accessible to let more people use it instead of like just let my friends or my neighbors to come and use it.
Yeah.
All right. So after 2 years, I get totally convinced because I can see a lot of changes in my family, friends who come and use it. I know it works. Yes. So then I just like thinking like, why not I turn it into a business?
Understand.
Yeah, that's how I get started. Yeah.
Okay,
Back
so
in 2014.
2014. Oh,
Yes.
I just
10
got
years ago.
yeah, I just go back from Aussie.
Yeah.
Okay, what inspired you to establish Sweat Spa?
Yeah. Like I mentioned, my journey is that I know this has actually transformed our health, Then I say that, well, there are many people out there, they're like me, especially like working mom.
Right.
You do not have time for yourself. and no me time. And by the time that, you have some small window of a time, then you are always busy for your family, running around, fetching the kids for the extracurricular activity. So I really felt for the working mom, because I used to be like that. All right. So by the time when age of catching up, a lot of hormone disorder issue, overweight, skin problem, all these started to come out. All right. Yeah. So then I say that, why not I make it more accessible to the public? Yeah. For people who really need it, for people who can't really push themselves up to do a physical workout exercise. This is complementary.
Right.
Yes.
Reason why I ask is because, okay, if let's say opening a gym, we know there are market out there. When we say about gym, I just go to the gym to lose weight. Now, 10 years ago, right?
10 years ago.
When you want to establish sweat spa, how do you get you're brave to open Can?
Yes.
So you took a very big risk.
Yeah.
How do you know that there is market out there that, I would experience this?
Okay. Frankly speaking, I didn't do much of a market research. Okay. It's just like, actually how I started is like, I shared this idea with a few friends, Of course, some of them pour cold water on me to say that, you're crazy.
Yeah.
Malaysia, who will want to pay to sweat?
Right.
Yeah. So, but nevertheless, it's that, a small group of my school friend, then they saw the changes in me. Then they started to ask me, what have you been doing? I say, I've been doing this, for that for the 2-3 years, So this is where I can see like, I'm like a walking testimony of that. Yeah. Then one of them, my schoolmate, who we know each other for more than 30 over years, then he say, this is something that I think is workable. Why not, we turn it into a business.
Right.
You run the business. I back you up. So here we go at about, we put in a small capital, and I just thought that maybe this is kind of like retirement plan for me.
Right.
Yeah, I frankly speaking, at that point of time, I didn't know that I can actually expand the business to this extent as where we are today, or even for future expansion. I was thinking, not too bad. I have a small little place that, I don't have to work for corporate, and this is like kind of a hobby to start off with.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Why I ask that question, I know that's personal question, because many people assume an entrepreneur open a business for the sake of money. Money is, of course, the byproduct. But the truth is, many entrepreneurs, yang successful, they start a business because they themselves have experienced it.
Yeah, because I believe in this product.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they want to share what they have experienced with other people. To tell people that it's actually not difficult. Why not you try first?
Yeah.
You try, you experience, see, does it work or doesn't work? So, okay. Now I understand how Sweat Spa started.
I always call myself is like a accidental entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, next question. Now, this is what people want to know. What's the difference between Sweat Spa and sauna?
Okay. Yeah, sauna is a very, I would say, generalized terms that when you mention about sauna, people always come to the mind is like, I have this in a gym, in the hotel, clubhouse, that where you have a lot of steam. Yeah, that has been called as sauna. Right. So I call this kind of a steam bath sauna as traditional sauna versus infrared sauna of what Sweat Spa is using. Okay. The number one biggest difference is that infrared is dry. There is no steam. Right. Yeah, you've experienced before. You know how comfortable it is. It is for infrared sauna. It is 7 times much more effective as compared with the conventional sauna. Conventional sauna, the heat is merely they use the to generate the in order to generate the steam, you need to heat up to almost 100-degree boiling point. So the heat is only touching the surface of the skin. It doesn't go deep in. Yeah. However, the infrared sauna heat your body from inside out. Inside out. So what does it mean? That it heat you from inside out is able to penetrate deeper in to bring out the toxin that is embedded deep in to flush out through the sweat glands. And we're talking about 2 types of sweat glands that we have. Usually people will say that, hey, I sweat and I walk under the hot sun and exercise. Yes, but nevertheless, it's both sweat glands are important. Do you know that we have another dominant sweat gland that is called eccrine, which is far deep in and near to the lymphatic node? Yes, so through infrared sauna is able to activate both, which is where like you see that the evidence base is that, right after an infrared sauna session, some customer actually literally push out the toxin that actually can shows on the white color towel that you're sitting on. Yeah, you've seen that, right? Yes. Yeah,
I'm going to touch on that a bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Pause kejap ya. Maybe ramai daripada you guys, the listener and the viewer, you have experiences where maybe it's your relative or even yourself. After shower, you just wipe yourself, then you notice that there's a stain. Orang dah kata daki je kan? So, I've heard about it, but I haven't fully understand until Sabrina mentioned to me the other day, metals in the body.
Heavy metals.
Metals in the body. People will be thinking, what is heavy metal? How the hell we eat metal? Can you elaborate?
Okay, yeah. Okay, when we mention about heavy metals, people will say like, wow, I don't eat basi,
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, so nevertheless, you know that in the water that we're drinking and in the processed food, in let's say like pesticide, all now even like vegetables, fruit that we're taking, durians and all this, they have a lot of pesticide. Yeah, so as you can see that there's high percentage of content of the heavy metals in all this chemical, even things that we touch right now, all this chemical, not necessary that you can see with the naked eye. Yeah, right. So all this, when it get into a body, is actually very harmful. All right, it's as a foreign object. So a lot of seafood, that contain high mercury, our cosmetic, our coloring and all this. Yes, yeah. So without knowing, it actually seep into our body. Yes.
Yeah. Many people don't know. I want to touch a bit on this part. You can correct me if I'm wrong. There's one part of my life. After I graduated my studies in Aussie, I got offered to work in London on a cruise ship. So I got offered to go there, and they trained us for 6 weeks for detox.
Wow.
So they trained us for luxury cruise ship to sell detox product. And they explained, how does toxin enter the body? Inhaling, absorbing, on the skin, orally, so many things. So
many things. Yes.
So I was like, oh, okay. I thought toxin is just by smoking. Or you eat something really bad, that's it. But I don't know that even in, shampoo.
Oh yeah, shampoo.
Creams semua ada. So, kepada mereka yang tak tahu, okay, it's something that we cannot avoid.
Yeah.
In our food ada, in our sayur ada, even though you say, I eat broccoli. Broccoli is healthy, yes, but if ada pesticide, not so good lah to the body. So, this is one way how you want to keluarkan toxin from the body. One way. There's many other ways, but one of the way. So, please continue regarding about the infrared.
Okay, for infrared is actually it comes with a lot of therapeutic effect. Yeah, unlike the traditional sauna. Traditional sauna is just like the sweat is produced is merely water loss, so it doesn't purge out toxin. Yeah, and then for people who suffer from high blood pressure, it's a no-no to go to the steam bath, the traditional sauna, because when you go in there for about maybe 10-15 minutes, you already feel suffocating, and a lot of people find that hard to breathe or they can't stay in that long. And people who have blockage or having a weak heart, sometimes that there are cases that people black out, so which is quite dangerous for people who have high blood pressure. Yes. So unlike the traditional sauna, infrared sauna is the other way around, which is especially good for blood circulation. Yes. Mainly is that the basis is that when you're exposed to the infrared sauna will be able to induce our body to produce a substance that is called nitric oxide synthase. Yeah, you know about that? NO. Yes. So nitric oxide synthase is the a vasodilator. It dilates the blood vessel. So with that, it actually will bring down the burden of the heart. Yes. So which is 100% very, very safe for people who suffer from high blood pressure.
Okay.
Yes.
Before we go into, because when you touch nitric oxide, there will be a listener that goes to the gym that takes supplement like arginine that helps to blood vessel also. Yeah.
Yes.
Before we go to that part, can you enlighten to the listener and viewer regards to so if a person has heart condition or high blood pressure lah kan, ada high blood pressure, you mentioned it is safer to do infrared compared to regular sauna.
Yes.
How would you explain in layman term? Because people would just assume, but dua-dua sama je apa, masuk panas berpeluh. Can you explain in layman term why infrared is safer compared to
Yeah. So I usually will explain in this manner. Even I like young children or young adult, they can understand. I will say that what is infrared? Infrared is like a morning sun energy. Everybody know that sun is important, but we hate sun. Being a Malaysian, including me, I don't like to go under the sun and melt. All my yes, with the payung and all this, we're living in the aircon most of the time. We don't like to expose to the sun. So plant need the sun energy for photosynthesis. We human also need sun because sun will actually help us to induce us with the more vitamin D, which is very important. I think thanks to COVID, a lot of people get to understand the importance of vitamin D more. Right. All right, those say my understanding of vitamin D is for tulang, only bone. Okay, then now COVID is everybody's rush into getting the vitamin D3 and all this supplement as to strengthen the immune system. The what do you call that? The breathing and bronchitis issues and all this. So morning sun that we're exposed to right now is that actually we use the infrared technology to actually mimic the sun energy. And the best thing you like to hear is without the UV.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. Because the sun, the harmful rays is like gamma, UV and all this. Yeah. We only take the best essence of the sun ray, morning sun, to put that into a comfortable environment to make you enjoying the radiant heat. Radiant heat is a very gentle, soothing heat that hit your body from inside out, and yet bring out the overall good effect of that.
Okay.
Yes.
To simplify, kepada mereka yang kurang kena matahari, another approach is going through infrared, especially those who work in the office from 9 to 5. First thing in the morning you're in the office, then by the time you come out, dah gelap,
no sun,
and usually people that work in office have vitamin D deficiency.
Right.
From vitamin deficiency, you can get multiple masalah kesihatan lain. The other day, I spoke to Sabrina. She mentioned that best approach for someone yang memang sibuk, tak boleh bersenam, is just go to sweat spa. Because if you don't have time to go to the gym, you can still spend 45 minutes to an hour, sweat, get the infrared. By the time you go out, you can balik lah.
Yeah, actually, just to add on to the point, Coach Kam, I personally also encourage our customer to exercise. So we have two different scenarios here. So like for me, I started to, when I first started using the infrared sauna, I can't exercise much because I have a knee issue. So I can't exercise. I was kind of a bit obese, all right? Then I don't have stamina. So I always give an excuse like, I don't exercise. Even if I go to gym, I don't sweat. I just go there, or just to feel good.
Right.
Yeah, touch a few things and that's it. Finish. Yeah, so, but after using the infrared sauna for some time, for about, let's say about a year, I realized that, wow, one thing that really amazed me is that it improved my stamina tremendously. And as well as my flexibility of the body. All right. So right now, I'm able to do things that I can't do when I was far much younger. For example, like Chinese New Year, I met up with my schoolmate and all this, and they are all so amazed that, you see, during school time, they know that I'm always the one that hiding behind during the PE class. I never take part. They never see me during the sport day. All right. Now, guess what? I run marathon.
Nice.
Yeah. And those days,
Inspiring.
those who have been like playing basketball, running and all this, they already slow down.
Right.
I started to catch up. I run marathon, I go for hiking, and I was just sharing with you. Next week, I'm going to Nepal for 11 days of trekking.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Not many people, don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm almost 60.
Wow.
I'm proud to actually, tell everybody about my age. Yes.
Amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to touch a bit. Regards about age. We do know people after the age of 50, they will say, as we age, we have to take it slow, scared we jatuh, patah tulang, patah pinggang. So they just conclude after the age of 50. I personally, apart from you, have clients that I work with until, I mentioned the other day again, 93 years old.
93 years old. Wow,
still
very
moving.
inspiring.
He's still moving with the choo-choo along with the wife. I'm like, what is the difference? Okay. Can you tell me what drives you until today you want to participate in this kind of exercise or activity?
Okay, you see, I think those day exercise to me is like, wow, it's like something that I have to force myself to do because I tak larat,
Betul.
And then you always give yourself excuse, oh, sibuk lah, busy lah, no time rushing, this. Yeah, I guess that when you don't have stamina, you didn't enjoy it. So it become like torturing things, When my PT called me, last time I also engaged in PT. When the PT called me, I don't answer the phone. Yeah, because I know, I'm busy. I didn't have enough sleep. I don't have energy to, don't push me.
Right.
But now it's different because now I'm full of energy. I'm full of energy. Yeah. In fact, this morning I just finished hiking and then clock in almost about 9 kilometers.
By the way, guys, today is Saturday. Please nak bagi tahu because usually Saturday tidur. Kan?
I actually exercise without fail, almost without fail, almost every day. At least to clock in 6 to 7 kilometers a day.
Okay, so that's the thing. I want to ask, where do you get the drive? Is it because now you enjoy what you're doing?
Yes.
Or is it because you notice there are a lot of changes in terms of fitness level, physical appearance? Or is it because you want to prove a point to people with your age? I just want to know. So at least you give people inspiration like, how is this lady still doing it?
Yeah. I guess that, to run a business is like, or to sell any product, you yourself got to believe in it, right?
True.
Yeah. If we are promoting some supplement, I believe that, are you taking it? How does it benefit? So likewise, I'm sharing my true experience with customer. Yeah.
Nice.
So I hope that with my true story, my own journey can inspire them as well. So, so I always tell them, don't always think like, when you nowadays I always tell them the 60s is the new 40s. I don't know. Yeah.
I heard about that also.
Right.
Okay.
So, if I can do it, they can do it too. Yeah. So actually what really happened to me, give me the, it built out a very strong belief. Yeah. I believe that the product works for a lot of people out there. Yeah. That actually drive me as well.
Most
I
importantly-
lead by example.
Yeah, most importantly, it's safe.
It's very safe. Yeah, just to add on to that, at my outlet, I think most of my outlet like Sweat Spa, we have cancer patients, we have people who suffer from a lot of metabolic sickness, disease, aches and pain, psoriasis, eczema, autism, kids. Yes. Yeah, depression, people who suffer from hormone disorder, muscle issues and all this. Yes.
As a founder, what do you envision for the future of your sweat spa in terms of growth?
Okay. I say I started off as an accidental entrepreneur, and I really cannot visualize. If you were to ask me this question 10 years ago, I would just tell you, I'm happy to just have my small little outlet just to pass time, okay, as a hobby, passing time.
Yeah.
Actually, when we actually been hit by COVID, yes, we were the first to close, the last to open.
Right.
So at that time, I used to have 3 outlets at that time. So I would say, oh my goodness, this time Korea. All right. Yeah. So, but surprisingly, all right. So our business actually improve and move up quite a fair bit during pandemic. Yes, people are getting more health conscious, and I will say that right now the awareness of infrared is different. Those days people come in, you need to really explain like half an hour, 1 hour to tell them what is infrared. But right now when they come in, most of them they already know what is infrared. Yes. So I think they do a lot of Google reading about that as well. Yeah. So I can also see that there's opportunity of that is actually growing, not only from sweat spa business per se, but in general, if you look at the global wellness index, the wellness sector have actually registered the best CAGR growth. It has been projected as it's going to be double up for the next 3 to 5 years.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah, we already see that it's been reflected in our business as well. Yes, and we just got our franchise license last year. So right now we have 5 outlets, and I believe that with the
Amazing.
franchise business model, we are able to actually make it more accessible and spread up to, hopefully every corner of the Malaysia.
Yeah. And helping
Yeah.
more people also at the same time.
Yes.
Okay. Last question. For listeners and viewers, how they can experience sweat spa.
Well, just give us a call, make a booking, and allocate about 45 minutes of your time.
Right.
Yeah, we are into a very convenient location. Right now, we have 5 outlets. For the timing, we're at Paprika, we are at Great Eastern Mall, we are at Centrepoint Bandar Utama, we are at Plaza Arcadia Desa Park City, we are at Bukit Jalil Pavilion. So all these are very accessible, convenient place that you can drop by. Yes.
If you're boleh pergi shopping, you pun boleh experience benda ni.
Oh yeah. We're into a neighborhood mall. That's all very convenient for you. Yes.
Okay, final word from you. Your best advice to people out there, age 50, how to keep fit.
How to keep fit.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I will always say that, mental, physical have to work together. All right. Yeah. Stay positive.
Right.
Yeah. And you must always know how to relax. I've found that me time is very important. Yeah. We've been too busy, too stressed out for so many things, like even to stress out of what to eat later. Yes, all right. Sometimes thinking about what to eat also can be a bit stressful. Just joke aside. A lot of times that we did not actually know how to pamper ourselves. All right. So for me, I would just say that you only live once. I don't know whether some of you have watched this movie, a very famous China movie that is now currently showing Malaysia. It's called You Only Live Once.
Oh, YOLO. Yeah,
YOLO.
watch it.
Yes. It's very inspiring,
Yeah.
motivational. Yes. So I think first you need to really pamper yourself, be good to yourself, and and from there you get charged up, so you can actually carry out. You can actually look at the bigger picture, and it will actually push you to go for more.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll give advice based on what I've just listened from Sabrina. You have to love what you do,
Oh yes.
so you enjoy the process. Because many people, they want to be healthy and exercise, but they hate it so much, and they just keep complaining and whining. But when you like something and you love something, you're just going to keep doing over and over again, and becomes a lifestyle. Sabrina is one good example.
Yes.
So having said that, again, Sabrina, thank you very much for dropping by, sharing about
Thank
sweat
you
spa.
for having me.
No problem. And sharing about the benefit of infrared sauna. So kepada listener and viewer dekat luar sana, I highly recommend you guys to have a look, to Google and experience yourself with this technology. Take care. Jumpa lagi.